I wish you a nice day. Please sit back and enjoy the content of today's video. In the previous 3 videos, we mentioned the first 23 factors and variables that are affecting our life, health, and happiness. Today, we will talk about the 7, and in the next videos, we will talk about another 7 factors and variables. Please, don't take anything in this video personally, it intends only to help. Let's start with today's first factor. Self-realization and goal settings and reaching. People with correct self-realization have a happy and healthy life, because they have a life purpose, reason to live, despite any complications and difficulties. History and today know many of them, but most of them are unknown. It can be you or me today, or in the future, if we start to live properly. We all have different ambitions, goals, dreams, and desires. Some of them can be realized in the practical world. We must be truthful and honest to ourselves and have a reasonable estimate of our strengths and weaknesses. Also, the sensibility or ability to see goals that can be realized if sufficient desire, motivation, persistence, and resistance to failures are applied. This is often referred to as the ability to read the higher plan or to have the vision. What helpful, good, and harmless things can be done on the earth for the people locally or globally. It can be service and or product. Also, we can find that ours for the good of the others. Inspiration, motivation and persistence. Without this golden trio, nothing can be done in this life. We should look for creative ideas, inspirative people, thoughts, patterns of thinking. What motivates us to start the new fully premeditated and prepared plan? Only some emotionally inflamed thinking processes. Inflamed by faith, love, suffering, anger, burning desire, and vision for the future. All of us will experience failures, or some adjusting of our primary plans so that those can be realized. It is the normal process. Nothing can be done without that process. It is not like it will be a smooth ride because I have a sound plan. It needs properly built and nurtured power of the personality. Also constant work with the control of one's feelings and thinking in the right way. The result should be that you are tenacious, relentless, persistent on the life trials, on the marathon of life. Habits and stereotypes. As we age, our personalities from the psychological point of view are prone to harden. In the quest for the simplification of life, the kid gradually through adolescence and adulthood loses unlimited possibilities and its omnipotence. Adults know that they are talented for something, have a job, family, the same patterns of perceiving, feeling, thinking, and doing things, routines there. If we build our habits and stereotypes correctly or relearn our bad stereotypes in the right way, we can go very far in life. We should talk about it more deeply in the future videos. Faith and religion. This is very special and for some of us it can be a controversial factor. Faith is something that all of us have deeply rooted in us, and without faith, nothing can be done. It is like believing in the vision that is so strong that it will manifest itself in the reality. Religious and not religious people declare that they see those things differently. But many times, they don't want to realize or admit that with faith, it is mostly as a principle, the same. We just don't want to admit it, because we want to protect our religiosity or non-religiosity, or sometimes to be better than another. Surely, religiosity and faith have many deeper connections, and religious people with the faith are more resilient and stronger in life because they have support from above and they know it. Also, the holy books have such wisdom and knowledge in them that are rediscovered or confirmed to this day in the scientific literature. So, there is something very deep and true and corresponding with science. One controversial example. The one can be born and raised as a Christian child, but don't like the church that teaches him about his religion. Some people that taught him are not likable to him and he can become, for example, Muslim, Buddhist, Hinduist, or atheist. After that, he is in a very good community and starts to take his religion and faith so deeply, that he becomes known by the world for many of his good deeds and success. Social participation. We can't live socially isolated all our life, and we can't reach any success without some interacting with others. Introverted or not, agreeable or disagreeable personality, we all should strive to maintain a positive mental attitude with people. There is, as it were, some common invisible barrel, and each of us should contribute to it. Each of us in the way he can, with ideas, work, love, money, and so on. He who does it so feels good and is filled internally and at the same time useful for others. It is because he contributed to the common good and contentment. He who does not do so for himself and society feels some kind of misery. It is not possible to be fully psychologically and emotionally healthy by living life just to satisfy his needs. It is necessary to help family, friends, acquaintances, strangers, people from all over the world, how each of us can and know. Communication and assertivity, these skills are essential in today's world. It is not like in the past in uncivilized society, that more physical brutality will prevail. Many times, effective assertive communication can resolve many potential interpersonal conflicts and misunderstandings and also avert a physical attack. I am 100% sure that each of us has experienced and witnessed many misunderstandings and conflicts. Conflicts which could be resolved without problems if the parties involved could communicate more assertively, so that they can make various compromises while defending their interests. We see and experience it from the level of personal life to top politics, daily. Each of us should learn how to communicate assertively, and we should not stop learning and training these skills in practice until we die. Understanding of the concept constructive stress and its management. This is one of the most important topics and main skill set that all people on the earth should know and use. To this day, many people don't understand the concept or constructive stress and why it is so very important for life and health. Almost all the problems in the life of the individual and globally are directly or indirectly interconnected with very high levels of stress, and that stress is not rightly compensated or managed. Each person has individual tolerability to stress. It is given by intergenerational transfer of stress via genetics, early life stress, and epigenetics factors, behavior and environment, among others. Each external or internal factor can start the stress reaction in the organism. For example, if we were born in an underprivileged family, have various conflicts with the people, live an unhealthy lifestyle, have bad habits, nutrition, are overworked, overreached, overtrained, have a deficit of sleep, drink alcohol, use drugs, abuse medicines, are afraid of something, cannot bear and solve so many and complicated problems in our days or life. Stress is cumulative, so different stress factors are potentiating between themselves, and the result is even higher stress. If our physiological, mental, and emotional needs are not met, and or we are overstimulated by the internal mental and external factors in life that we do not have in the control, and or are above our tolerability, and or we compensate life loads and tests badly, we experience stress with all its effects on the body and mind. Each person should be able to analyze their life, understand stress factors, and have a long variety of solutions for each problem causing excessive stress that he has in life. It should be taught in the school, or I must teach that also on YouTube. This complex topic is so very important, it should be processed into a specialized videos, but I don't know if you like what and how I do. So, we will see. In this video, we briefly mentioned some of the many factors and variables that are affecting our lives, health, and happiness. I will try to do my best in the next videos with other factors and variables, and then with solutions. There are so many important topics that all people should know more about so that they can optimize and better manage their life. If you find our video helpful or interesting, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will be very glad and motivated by your support for the next videos. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Have a nice and successful day.